All right. Uh, well, welcome everyone. Both people who actually enroll in the class and not enroll in the class, and maybe people at home too. If somehow you happen to watch this, but you're not gonna see the screen here. Well, so this is an elective course for the new curriculum at IF, quantum information theory. And well, so I guess first, we'll welcome new student Laphat as well, and then there are familiar face here. Well, so we sort of know how this goes, right? But I guess first, I should tell you about the administrative information details about this course first. So this is 525 for the master level and 622 for the PhD level. So it's actually a hybrid course for both the PhD and master level. I want to get POE first. Okay, and on this website, kind of pixelate, but on GitHub you can I put all the course website and course information and actually homeworks and other things as well here, and actually the link to video recording I plan to put it on this website too. And well, this course is I would say the first half of the quantum information and computation sequence at IF, where we'll learn, well, just very briefly about generalized formalism of quantum mechanics, not like non-relativistic quantum theory that are necessary in terms to talk about quantum information and quantum computing. And here I have a list of books that you may use or you may enjoy reading in your time as a resource at around, I think, the level of this course. So it's like I didn't bring that book, but all of us, I guess, have heard of this Nielsen and Chuang book, which is like a standard Bible for quantum information, but I would say it's more like a dictionary. So, well, you can read it from cover to cover, but maybe you will be discouraged by trying to do that. But it's a nice reference. It's very detailed, but it's also pretty old in the standard of quantum information. I mean, it's just 24 year. Yeah, it's just 24 year, but I think we are pretty fast moving. It's like a new field, relatively new in theoretical physics. It's sort of like got a boom from Shor's factoring algorithm in 1994, and that's how suddenly everyone seems to care about quantum information. Before that, actually, if you read the biography of Richard Feynman by James Clerk, I think the book is called Genius or something. He spent like 3 lines saying that Feynman seems to be, another interest of Feynman seems to be about computation, and it seems like he seemed to work on some fringe idea. So at the time of writing, quantum information is still something that's not mainstream. It's like, why does he waste time working on computation? Yeah, and it appears nowhere else in the book. Yeah, but now everyone's want to get in on the train. And so I guess the one that I actually like more, and it's also updated, some of it's updated more, is John Presque notes, which never turned into a book somehow. what I guess he said from, I don't know, Twitter or something, is that he actually, the publisher already contact him, but the publisher doesn't give him a deadline, and so it's been like 20 years. So. But yeah, of course, this resource, there's a link here, it's free, and if you know, everything else is also free too, if you know how to find it. This book by Josephine is one that I kind of like the narrative, and it's a pretty new one. It's 2022, but it's probably not that well known. But I encourage you to look at it. Maybe you like it. All right, and so on. This is sort of a tentative schedule of how sort of this course will go. And so we will have class this time, right? In the schedule, we have a class at this time on Tuesday and Thursday. But because there'll be several weeks that I have to be away, we have to agree on some kind of makeup classes. And I think Wednesday is kind of a good spot. So do you have a problem with like Wednesday afternoon? Okay. Yeah, so maybe, but I don't know if there's MS. Okay, I guess no. A student who want to sit in here. And how about the time? On Wednesday, I would propose 1:30, just so that you can have time to eat lunch. Yeah. You can come at 1:30 a.m. And okay, as you can see here, then you have the date of the lecture, the topics, a placeholder for video record, the resource, which is supposed to be, the chapters and stuff on in the books that are related to the topics. And maybe there's some fun additional resource here that you can go and look at. And the announcement, okay, so I didn't say, but if there's any announcement, I'll put it here. And maybe the first announcement that's not up there is that the homework is now out and is due on next Thursday. I mean, not this week Thursday, next Thursday. And every homework I will try to give about 2 weeks. But just let me know if somehow, it seems impossible to finish then. And the homework, this is a direct link, but it's also in, this folder. Something like this, like the first one, it has 4 problems, has some coding, it has some code here. Okay, and the grading, since this course is both the master and PhD level, so I intend to grade differently. I don't know if that means one is necessarily harder than the other. I hope so, but well, so this is just how the detail I have right now is that for the MS level, the homework just is 40%, and maybe I have not figured this out yet, but maybe there'll be some way to make it more lenient than the PhD levels. For example, maybe there's some hard problem that if you miss, then you can still get full score for the MS levels. But PhD level have to do all the problems. But yeah, I haven't settled this, so we'll see. And 30% oral exam, which we discussed. There are probably sometimes late in the second half of the course. And the term paper, which is actually for the master, I plan to have you write something like a Wikipedia style article. So some topics that related to this course, maybe not too easy, not too hard. That's, topic that are supposed to be on Wikipedia, right? Maybe not something that is too like esoteric, too like detailed, like very research paper, like But yeah, you can during the semester, as the semester progress, you can come talk to me about what that topic should be. For the PhD, so as listed here is the 60% assignment, because actually this is the 60%, this ratio is usually how I teach any course at IF, because I just give problems that I think you just have to like spend time like sleeping on it and and working on it. Yeah, it's supposed to not be easy. And so yeah, I think it's yeah, it's good if you can make use of these assignments to understand the topic, the subject. And then in the final weeks, I would like to have you do the term paper and oral presentation. So this is just one thing, right? So maybe you can choose some kind of research topic or paper, and then which doesn't necessarily have to be your project that you really like you want to do on the dissertation. It can be anything, and you're supposed to practice your research skill, go after a trail of paper, try to summarize what you know, try to summarize what is an open problem or something like that. And yeah, and make a presentation on it. And it is detail we can talk later. But here it is also just some random topics that I like throw in just as an example if you want to find this. Okay. And for anyone, well, this is a QR code if you for this repository. So if anyone don't want to look at the URL. Right, no written exam, makeup class, we already decided. Oh, and my usual, about the due date of the homework, my usual rule is that if I say, for example, it's due on Thursday, it's say before midnight of the Thursday, which I don't know if it's a good rule or not. I think maybe it's a bad rule because a lot of time, some students will just work on the homework like 9 p.m. or something, which is probably bad for your health. Okay. Any questions about the administrative detail? Oh, yeah, you can submit it as papers or yeah, any way you like. Actually, paper. If it's paper, I can resume my tradition of hanging like a folder in front of my door. Yeah. Yeah, it's up to you. But like, do you have preference?
Maybe I just email to you because I probably prefer to write.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, actually, it's make your life easier because you don't have to like come to the school at midnight. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it for the this guy. So we don't need this anymore.
Another question.
Yeah.
Will you be giving the lecture notes or if the lecture notes will be
Currently I have no plan for lecture notes. Yeah, and sorry about that because usually I have, but it requires some time to to make it readable. So this semester, so I plan to have the video record instead, and actually there's someone who volunteered to scribe the lecture notes, but we will see how it goes. Right.
lecture video lecture?
Yeah. Yeah, like in sometimes like for like some winter school, I cheat too because I don't write a lecture note. And I teach first, and then I go to look at my video, and then write after my video. All right. Yeah. So okay. So this week we'll meet today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. So we have 3 classes in total, 4.5 hours. And we'll cover the topics of probability theory and the beginning of information, the notion of classical information. And well, why? Well, maybe you can say that, well, because quantum mechanics is a statistical theory. And I guess that's one way to say it, but I guess it's, okay, maybe you say quantum mechanics, produce probability, because what we do in quantum 101 is that we are given quantum state or wave function and we calculate probabilities, right? And I guess that'd be one way to look at it, but it's maybe a half of the story or less, because I think of quantum theory as a generalization of probability theory, and it's a different, so it's a different theory from classical theory, in fact, because indeed any quantum phenomena that are interesting are those that cannot be modeled by classical probability theory. And so if you don't know classical probability theory, then there's nothing to compare to, right? So this is an empty box. Well, so I guess we'll be colorful today. So it is a foil. It's something to that we can use to compare and contrast with quantum mechanics. And actually, this is a running theme in quantum information science. Well, first, what is quantum information science? I would say that quantum information science is whatever the quantum information scientists are doing. But usually what they usually do have in common, well, I'm talking about theory, right? So of course there are experimentalists out there, but we don't really see them. They're kind of rare species here. Maybe they're on the other building, but not here. What was I gonna say? Oh, usually what people do, right, is to is that what we do is that we usually have already some notion about something like probability, information, computing, error correcting code, communication, and so on and so forth. And this is kind of like operational thing that we can do with information. And then we try to port all of that to quantum mechanics or the quantum world. We have a quantum version of computing, quantum version of communication, quantum version of cryptography, and so on and so forth. And so for any specific subfield that you work in quantum information, you should, it's useful to also know the classical counterpart. Right?